Stingray. You walked past one. You didn't see it. That's the point. Steve Irwin, a man who handled crocodiles barehanded, who spent decades working with animals that could kill him, died from a stingray barb through the heart. Not because he was careless, because stingrays bury themselves under a thin layer of sand, completely invisible, and strike upward in a reflex so fast the brain hasn't registered danger before the barb is already inside you. The venom causes immediate, catastrophic pain. But the venom isn't usually what kills. The puncture is. In Irwin's case, the barb pierced cardiac muscle directly. He was dead within minutes. Shallow water, calm day, no warning. They don't chase. They don't hunt you. You step on them and they react. That's all it takes. That's enough. Hooded Pitohui. Pick it up. Your hands go numb before you understand why. This bird from Papua New Guinea carries batrachotoxin in its feathers and skin, the same neurotoxin found in poison dart frogs. It blocks sodium channels, paralyzes muscles, stops the heart. Scientists who first handled museum specimens reported burning and numbness within seconds. No bite, no sting, just contact. What makes it stranger? The bird isn't born toxic. It acquires the poison from small mellirid beetles it eats and stores the toxin externally across its feathers and skin. The poison causes the bird no harm. It just destroys everything else that gets close enough to touch it. It is the only confirmed toxic bird on Earth. You'd never guess it by looking. Fire salamander. Black skin, vivid yellow markings. Looks painted on by hand. Behind its eyes sit two parotid glands loaded with samandarin, an alkaloid neurotoxin that triggers convulsions, hypertension, and respiratory failure in predators. When threatened, the fire salamander doesn't retreat. It aims. It secretes and, in some cases, actively sprays the toxin directly toward whatever is threatening it. But almost nobody talks about what it does next. This salamander gives live birth. Most amphibians lay eggs in water and walk away. The fire salamander carries developing larvae inside its body and delivers them directly into streams, fully formed. Some mountain populations skip the larval stage entirely, giving birth to miniature, fully developed adults on land. A terrestrial amphibian that shoots neurotoxin from its face and reproduces like a mammal. It doesn't look like something dangerous. That's the entire point. Assassin bug. The name is accurate. The method is considerably worse than the name suggests. The assassin bug hunts by injecting a liquefying saliva into prey, dissolving internal tissue, then drinking the result back out through the same puncture. On humans, the bite causes immediate sharp pain, but the bite isn't the real danger. The assassin bug is the primary vector for Trypanosoma cruzi, the parasite that causes Chagas disease, a condition that kills approximately 10,000 people every year. Here's the mechanism. The bug defecates near the bite wound during feeding. You rub the wound without realizing it. The parasite in the feces enters the bloodstream through broken skin. The infection then incubates silently, sometimes for years, sometimes for decades, slowly destroying cardiac and digestive tissue from the inside before a single symptom appears. You don't feel sick, you don't know. And by the time you do, the damage is already years deep. And if you think that's bad, we covered creatures just as silent and just as deadly in the last video. Every creature that can kill you before you realize it. Same format, same pace. Things you've walked past without knowing. Link is right above. Watch it after this. Cassowary. Looks exactly like a dinosaur. Technically, it is descended from one. The cassowary is the most dangerous bird alive, up to 6 feet tall, weighing over 130 pounds, with a dagger-like inner toe claw measuring up to 4 inches. It runs at 31 miles per hour through dense rainforest. It can jump 5 feet vertically from a standing position. It swims. There is no terrain in its environment where you can outpace it. In 1926, a 16-year-old in Australia was killed when a cassowary slashed his jugular. A 2019 case in Florida, a captive bird on a private property killed its owner in the same manner. The strike is a forward kick designed anatomically to disembowel. No display, no vocalization, no escalation period. It decides in a fraction of a second, it moves, and the wound exists before your nervous system has finished processing the motion. Lonomia Caterpillar looks like dead leaves pressed against tree bark. You wouldn't look twice. Lonomia obliqua lives in the forests of South America and holds a record no other caterpillar comes close to. It has caused documented mass casualty events from touch alone. Its bristles aren't for show. Each one is hollow, connected to venom glands, and breaks off on the lightest contact, embedding into skin and releasing a toxin that triggers a systemic coagulation cascade, meaning it doesn't just poison you locally, it dismantles your blood's ability to clot across your entire body simultaneously. Internal bleeding starts. Organs begin hemorrhaging from the inside. Victims report it beginning with a burning sensation at the contact point. Within hours, blood appears where it shouldn't, in urine, behind the eyes, from the gums. Without rapid medical intervention, including specific anti-venom, the outcome is organ failure and death. Between 1989 and 2005, Brazil recorded over 500 documented cases with a fatality rate around 2.5%. Those are only the reported cases. Many rural contacts never reach hospitals. You brush against tree bark in the wrong forest. You don't even notice the contact. The bleeding starts hours later. Puss Caterpillar. Soft, dense, looks like a tuft of fur you'd want to touch. That is the trap. Megalopyge opercularis is the most venomous caterpillar in the United States. Beneath those hair-like fibers sit hollow venomous spines connected directly to venom glands beneath the surface. The lightest contact drives the spines into skin, releasing venom that produces immediate burning pain that spreads outward in a grid pattern matching the exact spine layout, then radiates up through the entire limb within minutes. Documented medical responses include nausea, vomiting, swollen lymph nodes, chest pain, and, in severe cases, anaphylactic shock requiring emergency intervention. Multiple hospitalizations are recorded across the southern United States every year. Children pick them up because they look like something soft and harmless. The pain begins before they let go. There is no anti-venom. Treatment is supportive only. Evolution designed it to look exactly like something safe. It has been extraordinarily successful. Golden poison frog, 2 inches long, bright yellow, carries enough batrachotoxin to kill 10 adult humans. Phyllobates terribilis contains approximately 1 milligram of toxin per animal. The estimated lethal dose for a human is 2 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. The toxin binds irreversibly to sodium channels across nerve and muscle cells simultaneously. The heart loses its electrical rhythm, voluntary muscles stop responding, paralysis spreads, respiratory failure follows. There is no antidote. Indigenous Embera hunters in Colombia rubbed blowgun darts directly across the frog's back. Contact with the skin was sufficient. No extraction, no processing. The toxin transfers through touch alone. The frog doesn't bite, doesn't strike, doesn't inject. You make contact, and the toxin is already moving through your bloodstream. Every animal on this list shares one thing. None of them announce themselves. The stingray is under the sand. The pitohui looks like a bird. Both caterpillars look like something harmless. One like fur, one like bark. The frog is the size of your thumb. The assassin bug infects you while you sleep and disappears before morning. The most dangerous things alive don't look dangerous. That is not a coincidence. That is the mechanism. Evolution doesn't reward the animal that appears most threatening. It rewards the one that finishes before the other side has understood what's happening. Now, one question. Only people who watched everything can answer this. 2 caterpillars appeared in this video. One causes uncontrollable bleeding throughout the entire body. The other causes pain so severe, children are hospitalized from a single touch. Which one has a specific anti-venom? And which one doesn't? Drop your answer in the comments. First correct answers get featured in the next video. Subscribe. Don't miss what's coming next.